So it's been a few weeks since Stephen A. Smith was confronted by LeBron James during the middle of a game after Stephen A. Smith was saying some stuff about LeBron's son. Fast forward a few weeks later, in which LeBron absolutely torched Stephen A. Smith on Pat Mack.
Been brewing for a long time.
He's like on a Taylor Swift tour right now.
Oh yeah, we're watching it.
It started off with, I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it. But since the video came out, I feel the need to address it. Are you kidding me? If there's one person that couldn't wait to the video to drop so you could address it, it's your ass. Like seriously, he completely missed the whole point. The whole point. Never would I ever not allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players about what they do on the court.
It's my job to not only protect my damn household, but protect the players as well. And the memes didn't stop flying from there. So many people were saying, this is LeBron on the Pat McAfee show. And you know Stephen A. couldn't wait to respond to all this.
Think that Pat McAfee disrespected me or did me wrong in any way. He did his job and I got no problems with it. My issue is with LeBron James. And I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it. And in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar. And he went on national television today and he lied again.
Now let me ask you guys this. What exactly was LeBron lying about that Stephen A. keeps referring to? Let me know in the comments section if I missed that. Other than that, Stephen A. is just being one salty ass bitch like he always is. But then, just when he thought it couldn't get any crazier, he says this absolute craziness way out of left field. He pulled this straight out of his ass.
Man put his hands on me, I would have immediately swung on him. Immediately.
Like, bro, I'm pretty sure the only thing Stephen A. Smith has ever fought in his life is his own hairline. Oh, and to add insult to injury, LeBron won the game via a walk-off buzzer beater victory against the Pacers that very day he torched Stephen A. Smith. Oh, and to even add more insult to injury, he posted this exact same video that I posted, further clowning him. And of course, Stephen A. had to respond.
He puts out some page about me, boxing and all of this other stuff from a decade ago with 2 torn rotator cuffs. Fine, no problem. It's very, very embarrassing video. I'll be the first to say and all that stuff, even though I like it to be left up there. Because if people think I want to throw hands like that, that's how I throw hands, knock yourself out. I'm good with it. I know that the man I am today is not the man that I was a decade ago, physically or beyond. I can tell you that. So we get that out the way. Why do I bring that up? Because that's how petty you've become. You're LeBron James. You that butthurt over the things that I'm saying, that you would post that video? When has LeBron James ever done something like that?
First of all, Stephen A., you dumb son of a bitch, that video was from 5 years ago, not a decade ago. Stop trying to cover your tracks. It was from 2020, and you're trying to act like it was a decade ago. Get out of here. I do agree with him on this. This is a little bit out of LeBron's character to be acting like this, because out of 22 years he's been playing in the NBA, he is usually taking the high road when it comes to anything like this. Very rarely do we see LeBron get into it with another journalist or another analyst, let alone the top analyst in the game in Stephen A. Smith. So I find that a little alarming, but he has every right to, because like I just said, he takes it and takes it and takes it, and he just marches on taking the high road. And he just finally snapped, especially when he talked about LeBron's son. He just snapped. And now we got one of the best beefs in history, in sports history, in media history, but we continue.
But suddenly you're doing that as it pertains to me. This man is in his feelings. I wonder why. Could it be because I don't believe you're the GOAT? Because I'll never believe you're the GOAT? Because I have you number 2 at all times? Do I have to have ESPN and First Take put up the ticker tape right now and say, yo, could you put that up there, please? Great father, great husband, great philanthropist, great businessman, great director, great producer, great host, great basketball player, great leader. I mean, my God, I have done everything but put diapers and a bib on this brother. But it ain't enough. Because one thing matters to him and one thing only, and that's him being recognized as the greatest of all times. Well, you're not in my book. That belongs to Michael Jordan.
It's not a secret that Stephen A. graduated from an HBCU, but he just keeps showing his stupidity by the second. LeBron only has a problem with him I'll put it the best way that everybody can understand. Stephen A called out LeBron's ability to be a father, to be a great dad, by putting Bronny James in the spotlight at just barely 20 years of age. Stephen A. Smith was saying it in a way that many people thought he was hating. That's the only reason why LeBron has a problem with him in the first place, but Stephen A. Smith is too much of a fucking idiot to even understand why LeBron has a problem with him. Maybe because as a father, especially myself as a father, when someone talks about your own fathering abilities, that shit gets personal. And Stephen A. has 2 daughters. You think if someone were to clown on his ability to be a father, he wouldn't take that personally? He's just a fucking dumbass. But anyway.
He doesn't want any pushback. He just wants to say what he said like he did on courtside and then depart, but looks right up to the camera that's behind us that I never saw, who was filming it all along. The man orchestrates stuff.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The man will smile in your face and he's got something behind his back, ready to stab you in it. It's who he has been. It's who I have known him to be. It's why he doesn't like me, because he knows I know it. And it's why I certainly don't like him. But it's not going to stop me from being professional at all times. America, the world. I work for ESPN. I will not dishonor this network. I will not dishonor this profession by being unprofessional when it comes to somebody I don't like. Just because I don't like you as a person doesn't mean I cannot appreciate your unquestionable, undeniable, unparalleled greatness.
Oh my fucking God. All right, Stephen A. We live in the year 2025. If you don't think that everyone in that arena did not have a phone, then you are as stupid as I thought you were. You have the true gift of the gobda, meaning you're just an idiot, meaning you have no level of intelligence whatsoever, meaning that, yeah, regardless if there was someone filming behind you, I guarantee you there was someone filming right next to him, someone filming next to that person, then next to that person, then next to that person, him. Everybody was trying to film that, especially when it ended. God, I can't stand this guy.
The day he came up to me was the day my new contract was announced. So he knows, like everybody else, it's going to be a little while before I go away. I was here before he got here in 2003. And in all likelihood, I'm going to be here when he's gone. You got to deal with that, bro. Plain and simple. It ain't a crime for Michael Jordan to be a GOAT. But clearly, it's a crime with him. And he goes through all of these histrionics and all of this other stuff with Pat McAfee. Be my damn guest. Love Pat McAfee show. Great job. And any other show on ESPN, y'all continue to do what you do. But LeBron James coming on any show on this network or any other doesn't escape me. Let's go on with First Take.
He's right. It's not a crime for people to think that Jordan's the GOAT. Many people think that Jordan's the GOAT. That's not a crime. I don't think LeBron is truly bothered by that. I just explained why LeBron would even have an issue with Stephen A. Smith. But just when you thought it couldn't get any crazier, it does. Because the moment you mention dead people, that's when you know you're just reaching for straws.
Said he'd be happy with the things that I haven't brought up. I never brought up really and never really discussed why you were not at Kobe Bryant's memorial service. I never really brought up or discussed why you did not attend Dwayne Wade's Hall of Fame induction when that man was directly responsible for you capturing a championship for the first time in your career. I brought up none of that. I didn't bring up the fact that even though when people had asked, you had alluded to what had happened tragically to your son, and thank God he's okay with his heart condition. I didn't bring up the fact that even though you couldn't go to the Hall of Fame induction of Dwayne Wade weeks earlier, you were out of the country on business. I didn't bring that up. That's your personal business, okay? But the fact is, you wasn't at the Hall of Fame induction of a brother that's going to drastically assist to you being a Hall of Famer because he helped you become the champion that you are, and he was a big brother to you. I brought up none of these things.
Come to find out, LeBron was actually at Kobe's memorial, making him look more stupid. Then he put out this tweet. Nice try, folks. On my show, I said I would have swung on King James had he slapped me. Like lots of y'all said I was scared, he would have done a few weeks ago. I also said immediately after that I would have gotten my ass thoroughly kicked by the 6'8", 250-pound Goliath, but folks just left that part out of my YouTube sentence. Bron was right, he couldn't wait to respond. and so many people were burying Stephen A. Smith, digging his own grave deeper and deeper. OMG. Now, I obviously never met LeBron, but I can tell you right now firsthand, dude is focused on the game. And he just thought, well, maybe this is the perfect opportunity to go over to Stephen A. Smith and give him a piece of my mind. He was not going over there to swing on Stephen A. Smith. How do you think dude became a billionaire besides being a great basketball player? By how he presented himself off the court, by being a stand-up role model off the court, not going around and starting fights and starting bullshit with random people that talk shit about him online. Like, come on, Stephen A. Smith, grow a brain. Actually think about stuff for once in your life rather than just spewing diarrhea out of your dirty ass mouth, you bitch. I'm sorry for cussing so much. This is probably the only video I've ever made where I cuss this much, so if you have kids, I truly apologize. But nonetheless, I'm here for Stephen A's downfall. This guy really pisses me off, and I feel like I'm the only guy calling him out on his bullshit that he got famous for by just saying whatever he can and people applauding him for it. And I'm just so happy that he is getting clowned on the internet, as I just showed. It is probably one of my most favorite things of this year, and I cannot wait to see what happens next, what lies he says to cover his ass next, because it's going to be good.